Remember that giant lawsuit Disney fought with Scarlett Johansson over the release of Black Widow on Disney Plus, which at this point seems like it was 2.5 years ago, but it was only like 8 months ago? Time certainly is interesting these days. Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's hear from Bob Iger, the guy who told Disney to not let this go public, but they didn't listen. So in case you guys don't know, Bob Iger was the guy that ran Disney before it was handed over to Bob Chapek. Now, Bob Iger is seen as the guy that made Disney who they are today. If you look at the history of Disney before him, it was always a lot of down and then an up and then suddenly another down. They were in major trouble, always trying to build up new IPs, do this thing, losing money, having trouble in various departments. And Bob Iger just said, look, we have so much money to spend. Let's just buy the biggest franchises and just fund them to do whatever they want. And they did it multiple times over. And then he would push different things to, be improved and improve on various different aspects and corners of Disney to be more profitable than ever. It's just what he did for the better part of more than a decade. When he handed off the reins to Bob Chapek, Chapek is the opposite. He tries to undo everything Bob Iger has done. We've seen this. So when it came to the lawsuit, Disney let it go public. Bob Iger was the one that was saying, please don't let this go public. If this goes public, it's going to look bad. Bob Chapek was like, I know what I'm doing, trust me. And then it went public and made Disney look terrible, and everybody looked terrible in the end. Now, Bob Iger finally talks about this with the New York Times. And he says that if you look at everything was changing so rapidly and so fast that technology, the business practice, including how people get paid, was changing so rapidly, especially at that time, that people just were not sure what they were doing, what points they were trying to make, and how do you transfer a theatrical to streaming digital media service without complicating things or making sure that nobody loses. And he says it just didn't work out. They didn't understand it. Referencing Disney again and what they were doing. And he says specifically in relation to Scarlett Johansson that her whole thing and her talent agency and what she was doing, that was sort of caught in the middle of it. And the business practice, the business model, who's getting paid was just kind of sidelined in favor of here's a quick reaction to how the business is evolving. Now again, he doesn't point out who or what, but look at WB, Universal, and all these other things. Bob Chapek and the people involved decided to go, screw it, we'll just announce our version and we'll figure out the logistics later. Except their logistics were, whatever. You don't lose out money, but you do. But look, we made everybody happy, but we didn't. So what he's saying is nobody knew what they were doing. Unfortunate, but that's sort of the nature of it. Kind of changing so rapidly and letting it go public. And honestly, he's kind of right. Everybody's been scrambling, and we're seeing the fallout of all of that in regards to all of the different studios. I mean, look at WB. How many times have they been sued now over their HBO releases? And it's not going to stop anytime soon.